Buying a property is one of the biggest financial decisions most people make. But before people buy their first home or rental property, they usually have many questions. In this video, I'm going to answer the 5 most common questions people ask for buying a property in Canada. If you're planning to buy a home or invest in real estate, this video will help you understand the basics and avoid costly mistakes. I highly recommend watching the entire video because I'll share some important information that most experts and professionals won't tell you when you're buying a house. Question 1. How much do I need? It depends on the value of the house you're planning to buy. If you're a first-time home buyer in Canada, you can start with as little as 5% down payment, but you can go higher, 10%, 15%, or even 20%. Now here's the important part. If your down payment is less than 20%, you must pay mortgage insurance. This is backed by the Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation. You can verify this information in the link provided in description. But remember, down payment is not everything. You should also keep a buffer of at least 3 to 6 months of expenses for unexpected repairs, vacancy, if renting, and emergencies. Simple advice: don't put all your savings into the house. Question 2. Is there a good time to buy? Short answer: yes and no. Sometimes interest rates go down. This usually happens when the Bank of Canada lowers rates to support the economy. For example, during slow growth or recession. Lower rates mean cheaper mortgages. But here's the catch. When rates go down, more buyers enter the market and sellers may increase prices. So even if interest is low, house prices can be higher. So is there a perfect time? Honestly, no. My advice: save enough money, research your local market, buy when you are financially ready and not when the market looks perfect. Question 3. What are the other costs? A lot of people only think about down payment, but there are many other costs. Let me break it down. 1. Lawyer fees, usually around $2,000 to $4,000, depending on province and situation. I will leave a link in the description below for you to verify. Personally, I paid $2,800 for my first house and $4,000 for my second. 2. Title insurance, around $250 to $500. I paid about $450 both times. 3. Property tax. Very important, but is generally missed by most people when considering costs. You have to pay upfront with down payment. Even I missed this information when I bought my first home. On average, about 1% of property value per year. Varies by city. I will provide a link to this information in the description below. Example: $300,000 house to approximately $3,000 per year. If value increases, the tax increases too. Additionally, while some of the other costs are one-time only, property tax will be recurring each year. 4. Home insurance required before the bank gives you a mortgage. I personally pay around $300 per month for both properties. This depends on location, nearby fire and police stations, security systems, and so on. 5. Home inspection. Very important. Don't go cheap here. Inspectors check for mold, leaks, structural issues, and so on. A good inspection can save you thousands of dollars. Important tip: you do not pay realtor fees when buying. The seller pays that. Question 4. Can you qualify for a mortgage? This depends on your financial profile. Banks look at income, debt, credit score. Minimum credit score is usually around 600 plus, but 680 plus is safer. I will leave a link for this information in description. Very important advice. Avoid buying expensive cars before buying a house. More debt equals lower chances of approval. Other helpful factors: stable job, higher salary, cosigner, spouse, or family. You can also try online mortgage stress test tools to check your affordability, for which I will leave a link in the description below. Question 5. Rent or buy? This depends on your situation. If you plan to stay long-term in Canada, buying can be a good option. The common saying is, when you pay rent, you help someone else pay their mortgage. But when you buy, you build your own equity, you own an asset. However, buying also comes with maintenance, taxes, and responsibility. So make sure it fits your financial situation. Question 6. Is real estate a good investment? It depends on your goal. If you buy to rent, you can earn monthly income plus long-term appreciation. If you buy to live, you don't earn income, but you build equity over time. Historically, real estate has been a strong long-term asset. Here is a good graph taken from verified sources to help you understand the reality of real estate investment. Over time, property values increase. Rental income grows. That's why many people use real estate to build wealth. Buying a property is a big step, but if you plan it right, it can completely change your financial future. Take your time, do your research, and don't rush into decisions. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. And in my next video, I'll share more real-life tips about real estate and being a landlord in Canada. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and build something for your future.